Today is October 17th, and I am speaking to you in this moment that is not an accident, not random, not a coincidence. My light has been following you since the first time you felt alone and afraid and convinced yourself that nobody was listening. I was there. I am here. I am not late. I am not bound by hours or clocks, but I am stepping into your time to meet you now because your heart has asked for it. There are 3 minutes left in the place where you feel you are running out, 3 minutes left in the worry, 3 minutes left in the fear that keeps repeating old stories, 3 minutes left in the ache that says nothing will change. I am resetting your story, not by erasing your past, but by redeeming it and using what once broke you to build what will now bless you. Do not skip this. Lean in and breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Let your heart beat slow. Hear me. You have been dreaming of someone who is beyond the veil, someone you love very much, and you keep asking whether those whispers that reach you in the quiet are only your imagination. They are not fantasies. They are comfort sent through my mercy, a warmth braided into your night so that you do not collapse under the weight of what you think you must carry alone. The one you love is alive in me, safe in my peace, and they have pressed on your name today. They tugged at the hem of heaven's dawn and said, "Please, let them know. Please, let them feel. Please, let them open." So I brought you here, exactly now, because I honor love and I answer love. This message is an answer. This message is a door. Open it fully. You keep apologizing for the ways you have been small, as if being careful and quiet would protect you from disappointment. You hide your hunger for joy because it feels too dangerous to hope again. You close the curtains on your own sunrise because you fear the light will expose your unfinished places. But I do not bring light to embarrass you, I bring light to guide you. I do not bring truth to punish you, I bring truth to free you. I am not angry with you for being tired. I am proud of you for still being here. The storm that was meant to scatter you has not stolen you from me. You are still reachable. You are still readable. You are still redeemable. The pain tried to become your identity, but it has failed. I define you. Archangel Michael is standing near you now, not as a myth, not as a picture, but as protection. He is not a substitute for me, he is a servant who does what I send him to do. He says, "Do not skip this. Do not run from the tenderness that is trying to heal you. Do not confuse familiar suffering with safety. Lay the old weapons down." Michael has watched the ambushes that formed around your name, the small snares and the larger ones, the traps that appealed to your need to be needed, the bait that looked like comfort but was compromise. He has cut through cords you could not see and lifted you from pits you did not even realize you were approaching. I assign him to announce courage over you today. You will not go back to what was killing you in pieces. You will not. There is a room in your memory where you rarely go. You avoid it because it contains the moment you started to believe you deserved less than what you asked me for. I am opening that door with gentleness. Walk with me. Together we will touch the broken frame and straighten it. Together we will look at the words that were spoken against you, the names you were called, the moments that taught you to apologize for existing. We will not pretend it did not happen. We will not decorate it with pretty lies. We will acknowledge it, and then we will release what does not belong to your future. Forgiveness is not an eraser for other people's choices. Forgiveness is a key that unlocks your own. Today I place that key in your hand. Turn it. The one you love who is with me wants you to know that they do not measure you by your worst day. They carry no bitterness. They have asked me to wrap you in understanding where you felt misunderstood, in companionship where you felt abandoned, in stillness where you chased approval and found none. They saw your long nights. They saw you count bills and count friends and find both numbers small. They saw you quietly blessing others while bargaining with your own hunger. They saw you love without language, and they have asked me to let you feel that love returned. So let it. I am pouring a soft reassurance over your mind now. It will feel like the way a warm blanket takes the edge off winter. That is me. That is real. You are afraid to start the next chapter because the last one ended without closure. Hear me, child. Closure is not a door other people shut for you. Closure is a door I teach you to shut with me. Some doors were left open by those who walked away mid-sentence. Some were kicked open by lies. Some were sealed by your own vows to never try again. I am the Lord of endings and beginnings, and I speak a holy period over what has drained you. Step back from the threshold you keep standing at, waiting for what will never return. Your future is not behind that door. Your future is with me. You have asked for signs and then dismissed them as coincidences because you fear being deceived by your own hope. I am not offended by your carefulness. I will meet you in it. Look for the small confirmations I send, not because I need to prove myself, but because I like to play in the details with you. The right phrase at the right hour. The sudden peace in the middle of an ordinary task. The memory that resurfaces not to sting you but to show you how far you have come. The text that arrives when you thought you were invisible. The pause before anger that lets you choose a kinder word. These are little lanterns I place along your path. They are not accidents. They are not luck. They are my kindness in motion. You think you must choose between being strong and being soft. I am teaching you that true strength is tender. I am dismantling the belief that vigilance is your only shield. Hypervigilance exhausted you. My presence will rest you. You trained yourself to scan rooms for danger. Now I am training you to scan rooms for grace. I am not sending you back into naivety. I am giving you wisdom that does not make you bitter, caution that does not make you cruel, discernment that does not make you distant. You will learn to say no without fear and yes without shame. Your boundaries will not be walls of loneliness, they will be gates of peace. There are decisions waiting on your desk, literal or invisible, and you have delayed them because you are trying to find the perfect path with zero risk. There is no growth road without risk. There is me. I am the safety inside the risk. I am the voice that says, take the next small faithful step, and then I strengthen your legs to take it. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not despise short walks. I do holy work with tiny seeds. You have planted through your tears, you will reap with songs you have not yet learned the melody of. Trust me. You have been judged for being too much and punished for being not enough. You tried to fold yourself into shapes that would offend nobody, and you discovered that shrinking is also offensive to your soul. I do not ask you to vanish to keep the peace. I call you to become who I created you to be so that true peace can land on your shoulders and stay. Your voice matters. Your laughter heals. Your insight saves time and your compassion saves lives. The world did not give you these gifts, therefore, the world cannot revoke them. Stop handing the keys of your identity to opinions that do not know me. Receive your name from me again. Archangel Michael says, Beloved, choose the light. He points to the worries that have been repeating like an alarm with no off switch, and he places a divine hand upon them. Enough, he says, not to you but to the fear. He reminds you that the worst that was supposed to happen did not have authority to finish you. He declares that cycles are breaking, cycles of choosing people who will not choose you, cycles of saying yes to what diminishes you, cycles of giving yourself away without receiving what is healthy and holy in return. You are not a consolation prize. You are not a placeholder. You are not a secret kept out of shame. You are a light placed on a stand, and today I remove the basket that covered you. I am addressing the ache of absence in your house. The empty chair at the table. The voice you still expect to hear in the hallway. The anniversary dates that make your chest feel tight. I will not scold you for grieving. Grief is love's tribute. But I will lead you into the meadow beyond the valley, and there your breathing will be easier. There you will remember without drowning. There you will find that joy can visit even when sorrow has a room in your home. The one you love is not lost, they are found fully in me, and they want you to live. They do not want your laughter to be a betrayal. They do not want your next chapter to be postponed in their honor. Honor them by living the days I give you with courage. There are apologies you did not receive and apologies you did not give. Bring them to me. Tell me the words you wish someone had said. Say them out loud here in the safe place of my presence. Tell me the words you wish you had spoken, the clarity you wish you had owned. I am not keeping a ledger to use against you later. I am releasing a ledger that has weighed you down. The courtroom you carry inside your head has kept you on trial for years. Court is adjourned. The gavel falls in mercy. The verdict is beloved. You have questioned whether your prayers matter because you cannot map how the answers arrive. They matter because I love your voice. They matter because prayer shapes you into the person who can hold what you ask for. They matter because prayer teaches you to breathe with me. Ask again. Ask bravely. Ask simply. Ask honestly. You do not have to impress me with eloquence. A sigh is a prayer when you give it to me. A tear is a prayer when you let it fall in my hands. A laugh is a prayer when you offer it in gratitude. I do not grade your sentences, I gather your heart. Something that worried you in secret is approaching its limit. You have treated it as a forever problem, but it is not a forever problem. It is a season, and seasons shift. You will look back soon and say, it seems smaller now, and you will not be lying to yourself, you will be telling the truth that came after endurance. I am not glamorizing struggle. I am promising presence in it and deliverance from it. You have been faithful with little hope, you will be trusted with much joy. You are not behind. You are not late. Delay is not denial. Detours were not punishments, they were protections. I redirected you away from traffic your eyes could not see. I spared you alliances that would have looked like opportunities but become lifelong burdens. I kept you from rooms where your gifts would be used and your heart would be ignored. I am not cruel. I am careful with you. I am teaching you the difference between peace and mere quiet. Quiet can come from avoidance, peace comes from alignment. Quiet can be bought by silencing yourself. Peace comes when you speak the truth in love. Quiet can be maintained by walking on eggshells. Peace lets you walk barefoot on holy ground. Your next decisions will be measured against that standard. Does this bring me peace or only quiet? Choose peace. Choose me. The person you love who is with me has seen you wrestle with guilt that is not yours to carry. They have asked me to lift it from you now. So I lift it. What you could not fix then is not your assignment now. Receive the release. You are not the savior of anyone, I am. Let me be God in the places where you tried to be the answer. Rest is not laziness. Rest is worship. Rest says, I believe you will keep. Listen closely, I am sending you help in human form, someone kind, someone steady, someone who does not ask you to perform your pain. They will not replace what you lost, they will accompany who you are becoming. Do not sabotage friendship with suspicion. Test everything with discernment, yes, but do not assume bad fruit on a tree you have not tasted. You will know them by the patience they show, by the quiet accountability they bring, by the way your soul exhales when they enter the room. Receive the gift and do not apologize for receiving it. You are learning to bless what you have instead of resenting what you lack. Gratitude is not denial of need. Gratitude is the seed that multiplies provision. Open your hands. We will practice. Thank me for the breath you have now. Thank me for the shelter over you. Thank me for the memory that did not destroy you but taught you. Thank me for the opportunities still hiding in ordinary days. Thank me for the ways I have already rescued you that you do not even know about. This is how we build your new equilibrium. This is how your heart grows sturdy again. There is a talent you set aside because life became urgent and loud. Dust it off. Return to it with joy, not with self-accusation. I gave it to you not as a hobby to pass hours but as a doorway to pour beauty into the world. Do not evaluate it by popularity. Do not crush it under comparison. Let it make you ache a little with how alive it makes you feel. This is a holy ache. I will meet you in that work. I will send you the right people at the right time to encourage it. You do not need everyone. You need the appointed ones. I am closing the mouths that spoke curses over your identity. You will begin to notice that old insults sound foreign to you. The nicknames that made you small will no longer fit when you try to put them on in your mind. I am clothing you in new language. Call yourself faithful. Call yourself learning. Call yourself loved. Call yourself resilient. Call yourself mine. When shame tries to argue, tell it there is no seat for it at your table. Archangel Michael adds this final instruction: stand. Not anxiously. Not defensively. Stand in the center of yourself where God's voice is the loudest and every other noise is background. Stand with your spine remembering hope. Stand with your face toward the future even if your knees tremble. Standing is not doing nothing. Standing is declaring who holds you while the wind finishes raging. The wind will finish. It always does. This moment, today, October 17th, is a memorial stone in your story. Mark it. Write it. Whisper it. Let it become the date you point to and say, there was a before and there is an after. In the before, the grief was the loudest. In the after, love is the leader and courage is the language. In the before, you survived. In the after, you will live. I appoint blessing over your dwelling. I appoint peace over your nervous system. I appoint clarity over your choices. I appoint laughter that does not apologize for being bright. I appoint sleep that actually restores you. I appoint divine timing meeting you in the ordinary hallways of your day. I appoint provision that comes without the price of your soul. I appoint companions who see you as I do. I appoint the courage to ask, the humility to learn, the wisdom to wait, and the boldness to move when I say move. The one you love is applauding quietly from the balcony of heaven's safety. They want you to know that love is not postponed, it simply changed addresses. You are still connected in me, and nothing, neither death nor life, nor the length of nights, nor the heaviness of mornings, can sever what is held by my hands. Let that comfort sink deeper than the fear. Let that truth sit heavier than the loneliness. You are not alone. You are accompanied. Now breathe again. The 3 minutes you feared would run out have become a doorway into more time with me. This is not a countdown to loss. This is a countdown to peace. Choose it. Step through. Place your hand in mine. Let today become the turning point you thought you did not deserve. You do. Not because you earned it, but because I love you and I decided long before you were born that your story would include redemption. Walk gently, beloved. Speak kindly to yourself. Pay attention to the small joys I scatter across your path today, the taste of water, the warmth of sunlight, the unexpected melody, the simple smile. These are not small at all. They are stitches repairing what was torn. They are proofs that I am here. And I am here. Do not skip this. Keep it. Return to it when the noise rises. Read it aloud when doubt begins to climb. Hold it near when the night feels longer than it should. It will meet you again and again, because I am faithful again and again. The door is open. The way is clear. Go in peace. Today, October 17th, I speak to you with the weight of heaven and the warmth of love that has carried you through nights when you thought no one saw you. 3 minutes is what you sense in your spirit, 3 minutes of holy urgency that presses on your chest like a hand both gentle and firm. Do not ignore this stirring. Do not silence this pull. A voice you have missed, a presence you've cried for in secret, is leaning close, and Archangel Michael stands beside you so you cannot mistake the truth. A person in heaven whom you love very much asks you to open your heart completely, without bargaining, without conditions, without delay. I am here. I have always been here. And in this moment I remove the noise that keeps you from hearing what your soul already knows. You have carried a question that has not left you for seasons. Am I seen? Am I guided? Am I forgiven for the moments I doubted? Yes, beloved. You are seen like a lantern in a valley. You are guided like a river knows the sea. You are forgiven like morning forgives the night. I remember the first time you learned to hide your pain behind a helpful smile. I remember when you promised yourself you would never cry in front of anyone again. I have collected every hidden tear, and not one was wasted. They watered a field you could not see, and today, shoots have broken the soil. I send Michael to announce this because you have battled too long with shadows that pretended to be your name. Your name is not rejected. Your name is not forgotten. Your name is not almost. Your name is not too late. Your name is chosen, kept, lifted, and claimed. 3 minutes left is not a curse, it is a doorway. In the time it takes to breathe deep 3 times, you can step from the corridor of what-ifs into the room of exactly what God ordained. Let those breaths be this: inhale surrender, exhale fear. Inhale trust, exhale control. Inhale love, exhale shame. Do you feel the atmosphere shift where you are? That warmth rising at the edges of your skin, that subtle quiet in your chest, that memory returning like a sunbeam to a locked room. This is how I enter, not with thunder that shatters your house, but with a softness that rebuilds it. Michael stands at your left hand to cut the cords to yesterday's traps. He has watched you battle lies that wore familiar faces. He has watched you almost return to cages that felt like comfort, and he has drawn his sword not to frighten you, but to protect the path already opened at your feet. Listen. The one in heaven whom you miss so deeply has petitioned me for this minute. They have said your name to me like a song, not because I forgot it, but because they love to sing it in the courts of glory. They remember the way you laughed on ordinary days. They remember your quiet kindness when you thought it small. They remember the moment you nearly gave up and chose to keep going. They have seen the weight that sits on your shoulder like a bird that forgot it has wings. Their message is not wrapped in riddles. It is simple, and it is a balm: keep going in the light. Release what was never yours to carry. You are closer than you think to the door that fits your key. They do not speak to bind you to the past, they speak to loosen your feet from the roots of grief so you can walk into the meadow of your next chapter. I have removed from you the agreement you made with fear when you thought fear was the only friend that would never leave. Fear is not your friend. It is a thief with soft hands. It keeps you busy counting the reasons you're not ready while I am counting the provisions already delivered. Today, I reorder the shelves of your inner life. The bottom shelf that held regret, empty. The middle shelf that held comparison, cleared. The top shelf that held your secret dreams, brought down to the table where we will plan together. You will not hoard your hopes in unreachable places anymore. I joyfully interrupt your habit of expecting the worst. Let this interruption mark you. You have asked me, what do I do next? Many voices tried to answer: rush, prove, chase, post, explain, defend, apologize for shining. None of those voices carry my breath. Here is my instruction, gentle but precise. First, return your heart to the simplicity of love. Love me by opening. Love yourself by telling the truth. Love others without bargaining your worth. Second, choose the small next step that you already know but have postponed, the call you need to make, the plan you need to commit to, the room you need to clean, the document you need to finish, the apology you need to offer, the boundary you need to hold. Third, plant a testimony today. Say out loud what I have done for you already, even if you say it to an empty room. Heaven records declarations like seeds, and you will harvest the boldness you sow. Michael says to you, I was sent to stand between you and the voice that accuses you in the night. I was sent to escort you through the door you keep saying is too beautiful for you. I was sent to restore to you the sword of peace. Yes, peace is a sword, because it divides truth from almost truth. Lay the heavy armor of pretense at my feet. Put on the light armor of honesty. I will walk you past the watchers who predicted your failure. They do not have the final word. Hear this and let your shoulders unclench. You will not need to fight every rumor with explanations. Your life itself will answer them, and your future will make arguments you do not need to voice. You have wondered about timing. You have believed that chances come like comets, rare, breathtaking, and far beyond your reach. But I am not a comet, I am constant like the pulse in your wrist. What you call delay I have used to strengthen your grip.